You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we get to cover another anime movie. For today's anime review is The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya is a 2010 Japanese anime drama film based on the fourth Haruhi Suzumiya light novel of the same name, written by Nagaru Tanigawa. It is produced by Kyoto Animation, written by Fumiko Shimo, and directed by Tatsuya Ishihara and Yasuhiro Takemoto. It is released in Japanese theaters on February 6, 2010, and on DVD and Blu-ray disc in December 2010 which is basically released on DVD and Blu-ray on December 18th, 2010, I guess. Yeah. The film has been licensed by Bandai Entertainment in North America and Manga Entertainment in the UK, with the length of an hour and 62 minutes. The film is the second longest animated film ever made, only surpassed by Final Yamato, with its original 70mm print release being only 1 minute longer, especially. So let's review this anime movie. Let's begin. Following on the events of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya anime television series, the story takes place from December 16 until December 24th, which is probably on Christmas Eve. A month after the cultural festival, the SOS Brigade led by Haruhi Suzumiya makes a plan to have a nabe party for Christmas. However, on the morning of December 18th, Kion arrives at school and finds that the very nature of his reality has changed. Haruhi and Itsuki Koizumi are missing. Ryoko Asakura and mysteriously return. Mikuru and Asahina does not recognize him, and Yuki Nagato is an ordinary human. Only Kyon is aware that everything is different and no one else remembers anything about Haruhi or the SOS Brigade. The only clue Kyon manages to find is a bookmark left by the alien version of Yuki before everything has changed, telling him to gather keys to return a program. While wondering about his clue, he gets to know the new Yuki, who appears to be quite fond of him, as December 20 comes and Kion learns from Taniguchi that Haruhi was at another high school the whole time, along with Itsuki and the others formerly from his school, by revealing his identity to her as John Smith, or as at this point particularly, as you noticed, as it was John Doe in the same way as before. An alias he had used when he traveled back in time to assist a young Haruhi. Kion manages to convince Haruhi to believe his story with her, especially he, her assistant. With her assistance, they gather the SOS Brigade together in the club room, thus bringing the keys necessary for a program built by the alien Yuki. Wanting to go back to his interesting life, Kyon activates the program and goes back in time to the Tanabata of 3 years ago. After meeting up with the future Mikuru, he obtains an uninstalled program from the past Yuki, which needs to be shot at the culprit right after the change in the early hours of December 18th, returning to the present. Means you're traveling back from the past, then back to the present, which is almost like something you expect from Back to the Future or Urusei Yatsura Beautiful Dreamer, as what you noticed. They find the culprit. Yuki had borrowed Haruhi's power to change everyone's memories except Kion's, giving him the choice of which world he would rather live in. Kion questions himself about his choice and thinks to himself that a normal world without the SOS Brigade and Haruhi Suzumiya would be calm and peaceful, and thinks Yuki was tired of everything she had liked to do, monitoring Haruhi's behavior and protecting Kyon. But finally decides that his original world was more interesting and fun. Kyon tries to install the program into Yuki but is stabbed by Ryoko, who had retained her psychotic behavior, which almost a Charles Manson like behavior when she killed Yuki as well. Before Ryoko can finish him off, he is rescued by the future counterparts of Yuki, Mikuru, and himself. He wakes up a few days later in the hospital where the world is back to normal, but almost everyone believes Kyon has been in a coma since December 18th after falling down the stairs. When Yuki mentions to Kyon how the data integration through thought entity would punish her for her actions, Kyon tells her to let them know that if they ever try such a thing, that he can tell Haruhi about him being John Smith at this point, as it was to being either John Smith or John Doe in the process at this point earlier. And have her alter reality so the organization would cease to exist. As of December 24th comes, which is Christmas Eve, and his everyday life returns, Kyon decides there is still time before he has to go back in time to save himself, and decides to join in on the Christmas party as well. If you notice, if you will. And that's my review on the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Yeah, because this anime movie has followed on the events of the Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya anime television series. Speaking of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, if I get to do an anime review on the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, that'll be for the most part of my future anime reviews at one point. Yep. Besides, because this part, so I recommend this anime movie, the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, part of my anime recommendations, next to Urusei Yatsura Beautiful Dreamer, even though I've already did my previous anime review on Urusei Yatsura Beautiful Dreamer, which it has part of my anime recommendations that all has got to me as well. It's not like I would review Pop Team Epic, even though. But anywho, on December 18th, 2007, the official website of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya anime series, Haruhi.tv, was replaced by the fake 404 error with 5 from input fields, a reference to the pivotal date in the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, the 4th volume in the light novel series. The story of the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya did not appear in the 2009 re-airing of the anime series, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Yep. Which included previously unaired episodes adapted from the 2nd, 3rd, and the 5th novels as well at this point. However, at the close of the 2009 season on October 8th, 2009, a 30-second teaser trailer showing Yuki Nagata was aired, revealing that the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya would actually be a film. At this point, as it would have been either an OVA or a movie, but instead it has to be a movie, which is set for a February 6, 2010 release. A 1-minute promotional video was released in December 2009. The film was released on Blu-ray, DVD in regular and limited editions on December 18th, 2010 in Japan as well. The film was licensed for North America distribution by Bandai Entertainment. English subtitle screenings began running in San Francisco's Viz Theater from May 21st, 2010. And were followed by a screening at the Lamel Sunset Theater in Hollywood, California on June 24th, 2010, and a theatrical run in Hawaii in June 2010 through Consolidated Theaters and Artisan Gateway as part of their Spotlight Asia Films program, and even an English language version has been co-produced by Bang Zoom Entertainment, which is known for the English dub for the Rurouni Kenshin anime TV series, and was released on DVD and Blu-ray disc in North America on September the 20th, 2011. Manga Entertainment released it in the UK on DVD on November 7th, 2011. Through a planned 2012 Blu-ray release has been cancelled. Madman Entertainment released the film on DVD and Blu-ray in Australia and New Zealand on November 16, 2011. The film had its European premiere on October 17th, 2010 at the Scotland Loves Anime event in the Edinburgh. Animax Asia has aired the film as well. So with the way I think about the movie The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, because I thought this was basically would have been official for either an episode or an OVA at this point, but it was set to be like a movie, especially for The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, which this anime was made by the production Kyoto Animation, which is known for Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid and other anime as well. Yeah. My review on The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya is getting a lot better than my previous movie review on Natural Born Killers, Double Jeopardy, Man on the Moon, and particularly Nobody's Fool with Paul Newman, which it all has got to me as well. But so for the related media, however, there is a spin-off manga titled The Disappearance of Nagito Yuki-chan, which is illustrated by Pyo and arted serialization in Kadokawa Shoten Young Ace in July 2009. An anime adaptation by State Light began airing in April 2015. A visual novel video game titled The Reminiscence of Haruhi Suzumiya was released on May 12, 2011 by Bandai Namco Games for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Portable. The game's story takes place shortly after the events of the film The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. With the film's release on February 6, 2010 on 24 screens in Japan, it placed in the top 10 for the Japanese box office sales in its first weekend and earned an estimated 200 million yen in its first week. The film won the Best Theatrical Film Award at the 2010 Animation Kobe Awards. The Blu-ray disc version sold over 77,000 copies in its first week, topping the Oricon charts while placing fourth in the DVD charts with 19,667 copies sold. Minori Chihara won the Best Singing Award for at the 5th Annual Seiyu Awards held in 2011 in Tokyo for her performance of the Yasashi Bokyaku ending theme song as well for The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. So, in Thailand, the film was forced by nation floods to be screen only at the Lido Theater, which is at the Siam Square, Bangkok, and only for one day on November 6, 2011. Particularly the tickets have been sold out, because it's not like they haven't put out Secret Life of Pets or any movie out there. But anyways, because The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya is my favorite anime movie. So that's going to be it for my anime review on The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts on this one. Because when I first watched The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, because I consider it to be my favorite anime movie from 2010, because I have this part of my anime recommendation next to Urusei Yatsura Beautiful Dreamer, which it all has got to me. Hope to subscribe for content. My anime plan, link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook, if you have Twitter, Facebook account, and all social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Ronikin. If I feel free to join my channel, especially if you know my channel, hit the notifications bell button, and I got another anime review coming up, and keep it otaku. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I get to cover another anime TV series with my anime review on Magicano. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Magicano, because you won't want to miss another anime review.